Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. So today I would love to wish you a happy 2025. I would love to wish you health, prosperity, and to spend as much time in 2025 with your loved ones, with your friends, as much as possible. And one more thing, if you see me excessively golden, this is the one, this is the culprit. This is the Fix Plus Gold Light that I'm aiming to finish. And every single time I just forget how golden it is. Every single time I spray my face, I just become like over golden. So he is the culprit. Anyway, I thought that that would be a very good opportunity for me to show you my eldest fragrances in my collection, because well, the year 24 is gone and the year 25 is coming, so I would love to share with you what's old in my collection. What are the fragrances that I have got years ago, or what are the bottles that are old but I didn't get them until a couple of years ago. So I have a couple of categories here. So anyway, it's not gonna be a full review of every single fragrance, obviously, because I do have a lot of fragrances here, but it's just gonna be show and tell, something like that. Anyway, let's start. And this one, Armani Mania, is good. Well, it's actually technically it's called Armani Mania, but I do know that not a lot of people like to call it Mania. They call it Mania. Anyway, this fragrance is amazing, amazing. I love it. I love it so much, and it's a shame this Mania is discontinued. It was one of the best fragrances of Armani at the time, and in my opinion, for my taste, this is one of the best female fragrances of Armani of all times. I mean, nothing can beat my favorite Acqua di Gio feminine one, the square bottle, but this one is a gem. And I do have here a piece of paper that actually says when this fragrance was made. Did I write? Did I not? Yeah, it was made in 2020, in 2004. It doesn't mean that the bottle was bought in 2004. I mean, most certainly it wasn't, but I just know that this fragrance was launched in 2004. Probably the bottle was bought a couple of years after that, maybe 4 years after that. Anyway, it's not really relevant because I don't really remember what is the exact year. I just remember what happened in this year, so I can kind of trace back the year, but it's not really relevant for this video, isn't it? Anyway, this one I do remember the year. Yes, I do. This one is Gloria by Cacharel, and this is one of my top 3 most favorite fragrances. I love this one. It's just such beautiful fragrance, and oh my gosh, it is phenomenal. And what a shame this is discontinued. What a shame. And this is the fragrance that I actually got. Now I'm gonna tell you when this fragrance was launched. And it was launched, didn't I? Again, didn't I? Yeah, I probably didn't put the year, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. I got it when I was I got it approximately 22 years ago. Yeah, a lot of time ago. This is a fragrance that I actually didn't get it a long time ago, but this is the fragrance that this is a vintage fragrance, but it doesn't really smell like vintage. You might not have seen this one. This is Tresor Lancome. It's made like Tresor, but it's not a perfume. This is a deodorant. So it's supposed to be like a personal care item, but I can assure you that the amount of time this one stays on your body, it's amazing. It can actually beat a lot of other parfum of today. This is a this is a performance beast. It does have this classic Tresor scent that I love. Tresor is one of my top 5 favorite fragrances. I love this one, so I actually quite like that I do have Eau de Parfum, Eau de Toilette, so different flankers, and I also have this one, which is an excellent addition to my collection. This one is a fragrance that you probably know this one, or you've heard about this one. This is Givenchy Oblique, and the form, the shape of this bottle is quite strange, because I'm gonna show you now. It's a refill bottle. So this one is oblique, and this is rewind. This is the one with the cherry, and this bottle, actually it's 40 ml. This one is 20, and it came with another 20 ml, and it has this kind of futuristic kind of shape. And this one is a good fragrance. I didn't get it a long time ago, actually, but this is from that time, because it was launched, it was sold, and never relaunched again. This one is one of the fragrances that I was so lucky to find it in my local store, and I believe it's from 2000. No, it's from 1996. Well, this bottle isn't from 1996, obviously. I got it later. So this one, Escada, and this is Escada Sport, and they did have 3 of them. They had blue and green one, and this kind of yellowish. This yellow amber color, it reminds me, it has the beautiful smell of the autumn leaves that fall down on the road, and then there's a little bit of rain that covers them, right? And then the sun comes out, a very hot sun, because the autumn had just began to, to be autumn. It's just the beginning of autumn, right? So the sun is quite potent sometimes, and so the leaves dry, and then you have this beautiful smell of this moisture that kind of evaporates from these leaves. So you can smell this kind of ambery, beautiful ambery scent, and such an amazing scent. It's such a beautiful scent. I love it to bits. I also loved the blue one. I didn't like the green one all that much, and this is the fragrance that I actually got it a couple of years ago, and it was a story behind this one. I was hunting for this one because, one, I love Kiwi. 2, I love Guerlain, and this is Tutti Kiwi by Guerlain, and this is from 2004, I believe. Well, the majority of these fragrances are 2004, 2005. Some are a bit earlier than that, but nothing over that. So, and to my surprise, I got notification from my kind of local Facebook, secondhand page. There was this lady, and she was selling, I do believe she was selling 2 of these ones packaged. They were packaged, and they had, the plastic on still, and she was also selling a couple of other fragrances, and also this Anicia Bella fragrance from this same line, and I was very interested in this one. So, and I got it. It was kind of it was kind of, well, it was a bargain, because she didn't ask for a lot of money for it, but it was still a risk, because even though it wasn't a lot of money, you would still potentially could end up with the fragrance that was not good anymore, because kind of 18, 17 years passed, and it was still packaged. But to my happiness, this one is amazing. It's beautiful. It's still intact. So this one is one of my gems, and unfortunately this gem is it is finishing. This is I didn't keep the whole package. I should have known better. I should have kept it. because it was glorious. So this is the Classique Jean-Paul Gaultier. Classique Jean-Paul Gaultier with this removable, absolutely removable. I'm sorry, I have to remove it, and I need two hands, and I need to see. So it's a removable corset. And wait up just a moment. Yeah, so it looks like that, like without the corset. So this is the juice, and I believe that this one is from 1996 or maybe 5, something like that. It's still good. It smells amazing, and I love the scent. So the corset is like that. You know, it's just the empty thing, and you can put it on and take it off, but it's just the gimmick, in my opinion. But the whole other thing that was, it was this kind of a boudoir of this fragrance, and it was such a beautiful packaging, but I didn't keep it for some reason, because I don't know what was I thinking. I didn't keep it. So anyway, this is the fragrance. Next one is the fragrance. Well, it's not actually that old as well. This is Fendi. This is Fendi Palazzo, and oh my gosh, this was one of my favorite fragrances for some time, and it's good. It's very unusual for me to like this kind of fragrance because it's very powdery, but I don't really usually gravitate towards powdery fragrance. But this one is amazing, and I loved it. And you just look at it, just Fendi Palazzo. And Palazzo is the palace, or like the very beautiful condominium. So yeah, beautiful fragrance. So next one, and we are coming to fragrances that are couple of fragrances per brand. So I'm gonna start with this one, which is Dior, and I do have two Dior poison, tender poison. So I do have two of them, and one is, as you can see, is kind of a dropper. It's just this one. It smells divine. It smells so good. It smells good. It's amazing. It's like spring green grass. It kind of is reminiscent to Cabotin Gray, but it's like, I think this one is better. And so this one is just a normal sprayer. Yeah, it's very spring for me. It's very like spring, fresh, green, and when the nature is waking up after the long winter. So this is the fragrance. Next one is the fragrance that actually my boyfriend, my then boyfriend, now husband, gave this to me, and I was like, why would he give me Dior Addict? Because at the moment when he gave this to me, and I believe it was something like 2000 and maybe 6, yeah, probably 6, I wasn't keen on its fragrance, and this fragrance came in 2002, I believe. So by the time he gave it to me, it was kind of already good into the market, well inserted into the market. And I was like, yeah, but it's just an amazing, beautiful white flower with spices. I can feel the spices, people. I can feel the spices. The spices are here, and they are very prominent, but magic, this fragrance has no spices in them, but I do feel the spices. I don't know why. So then I do have this one, and this one, I have to tell you, I wore it, but for me this is the fragrance that I like it, but it kind of smells dated. It smells dated on me. I have lent it to my friends, to ones that loved this fragrance, and they were head over heels, and it smelled good on them. But on me, it smells dated. It smells like old-fashioned. It doesn't smell. It doesn't smell like vintage. It's just old-fashioned. But I do still love the bottle. I do still love the fragrance. So this is Dolce Vita by Dior. If you don't recognize the bottle, but how couldn't you? Such an emblematic and such iconic fragrance. And I do remember they had this very beautiful limited edition. It was silver with mauve kind of dots fragrance, and I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I get this one as well? So this is a fragrance, and I still do have a thing for Versace. People, yeah, I love these fragrances, and I also like all the things that they do. So Versus Time for Pleasure, and this is my third bottle, and I have no shame saying this, admitting this, although some people say that it's like very juvenile. I don't care. I got it when I was like 19. It was my first, 19 or 20, probably 20. It was my first working trip. It wasn't that far from the home, far from home, but I still, for me, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm on the working trip, right? So, and I got this one, and I fell in love with it. It's like this kind of 2000 synthetic, very fruity, beautiful flowers and fruits, and I love it. I love it. Adore this fragrance. Next one is, again, this is, what is the full name of this one? I believe it is Jeans Couture. Versace Woman Jeans Couture. I do have my paper here, so Versace Jeans Couture, yeah, and it's from 2002. And these are not paillettes, these are not Swarovski crystals. These are plastic things. So this whole container is very, very light, actually, although it kind of looks good, right? So it's white flower. It's like your classic Versace beginning of 2000 white flower beast. It's a beast of a fragrance. I love this one, and I didn't get it a long time ago, actually. Such a beautiful fragrance. This one is also, I didn't get it long time ago. I didn't think that I would be able to find it, because this is the fragrance, well, if you think of it, it doesn't really look like Versace, right? But this is Exciting Essence from Versace, and this again and again, this is a white flower beast, and this is a lily beast. A lily, your typical lily that knocks you off your feet kind of lily, and white flowers, and this one is good. It's very, very good. And do I have any more Versace? Let me check. No, I don't have any more Versace. Anyway, I do have two other things from other brands. So I do have here Yves Saint Laurent Young, Sexy, Lovely, and for the long time I was an avid collector of these ones, because you see, this bottle, it came out, I want to say it came out right about Saint Valentine's Day, so 14th of February, right? So people could buy it and gift it to their loved ones, and they used to change the applique, the pattern here. So, and I had a couple of them, and I was collecting them, and the juice inside was the same. It's just the bottle was a bit different. Anyway, this one is amazing. It's very, very good. And also this one is Cinema by Yves Saint Laurent, and I do have this in a backup bottle as well. The bottle is opened. I opened almost all of my backup bottles. I don't know why, but yeah, this one is amazing. It's very, very good. And now we are coming towards Dolce & Gabbana, and I do have two fragrances by Dolce & Gabbana. Technically three, but two of them are like the same. So this one, Dolce & Gabbana by, do you know this fragrance? This is the beast. This is the beast of a fragrance. This one is the fragrance that made me fall in love with lavender. It's just an amazing, sensual, very beautiful feminine fragrance. It does have a counterpart. It's no longer in production for such a long time, of a male version as well, and this is a female one, and the male is good as well. This one is brilliant. It's gem. And I do have my Feminine by Dolce Gabbana, and this is one of my favorite fragrances of all times. And these are not my only 2 bottles. I did have some more. So this one is Lily fragrance. Lily that actually it pierces your brain. You know, this kind of lily that's very toxic, it's very, very potent, it's very prominent. This is this kind of lily, and I do love this fragrance. It's amazing, it's very, very good. And I do remember I probably was like 19 years old, and I was wearing this fragrance only, and oh my gosh, I loved it. And I have to finish this video with these 4 fragrances from the same brand, and this is the brand by L'Artisan Parfumeur, and I do have 4 fragrances, and one of these fragrances, it has actually the older cap still. So do have this Verte Violette. Do you remember the scent? It's no longer in production. It's very good. I did get all these fragrances on their website. So it was a long time ago, and this brand wasn't sold. I couldn't try it. I just read about this brand, and then I discovered their website, and I made quite substantial order. I got some candles, I got some soaps and discovery kits and these fragrances, and also a couple of other bottles that I actually gifted. So this one is my pain, because you see this, and this is an authentic fragrance that I got from the website. This cap, it just doesn't hold. It doesn't hold. And this one is amazing. Jour de Fete. Jour de Fete is such a beautiful fragrance. It's sweet, it's light. Oh my gosh, this is wow. This is wow of a fragrance. And of this I got 2 bottles. 2 bottles of this one. It's amazing. It's very ethereal. And also this one, Haie Fleurie, and this is a white flower, and this is very, very indolic fragrance, and a little bit of vanilla. It's a bit sweet, but it's very, very indolic with a very, very potent white flower. I believe it was launched in beginning of 80s. So the DNA is from that time. Obviously, I didn't get it in the 80s. I wasn't even born the year this fragrance was launched. But I don't know how was the original one, but I know this one, and this one is a beast of an indol. And the last fragrance is a Tea for Two. Tea for Two is one of my most favorite tea fragrances. It's very atypical for me, because usually I prefer this kind of light and green and zesty and fresh, and this tea isn't that. It's a beast of a tea. It's a very, very concentrated black tea. It's very nice. It's I do imagine it with kind of leather jacket also. Yeah, so a bit of a smoky black tea leather jacket, something like that. So these are my old fragrances, and I do hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know if you know these fragrances, if you have these fragrances, or you had these fragrances. Let me know all that. And again, I wish you a beautiful, a glorious, a successful 2025, and I will see you in 2025. Bye.